Wow, this Terrence Gangster Williams, aka OG Giggity, aka Mr. Answer Right Back, aka the People's Champ, Terrence Civilian Williams. Before I start, let me shout out my homegirl. Y'all see this here, Pregnant by the Pastor? Catch that on Tubi. And they got a part 2. Make sure y'all support, please. Also, I'm wearing my homeboy hat from the NO. But y'all just want to come and run it with y'all about the day we was gonna rob the mailman. Now, bringing y'all back, I had spoke with Bryce, my co-defendant, because he had dropped some heroin off on me in the Magnolia Project. It was pretty good. Where you get it? Told him about the guys in New York. Going out there. This is why I got the bright idea to want to rob the people to connect. Because for number one, no connect, I don't care who you are, it's just gonna be open to meet you right away. I just told, give me the number, man, I'm flying out to tell them I'll be there. And they embraced me with open arms. The only thing I didn't like and that I didn't respect, when he tried to put me against Blabber. Yeah, he tried to throw me. I said, okay, I got him. I can't do nothing out here in New York because I don't have a stick pin on me out here. Blabber and I flew. We think we flew from New Orleans because it was the last minute flight. We flew from New Orleans to St. Louis, then from St. Louis, I think, to New York. But anyway, so we did the deal. When I come back to New Orleans, he told me to go get this guy. I had owed him $1,000. He told me to go give it to this guy named Byron out the Melfamina Project. So when I meet Byron right on the corner of Saratoga and Rattle, I'm like, this is like old good square, good boy, square. I said, oh, in the world, he got all these ounces, got all this work. And I said, I had that Bryce. Bryce was, he said, nah, man, good people. Bryce vouched for him. But in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to get Byron, man. Byron's kind of cool, laid back, and you got all this work and coming from up top, man. I need to get that. See, this is what I want to explain to you guys, too. Me and the people from New York, we discussed 6 ounces of heroin. Actually, he called me. So it's like he was asking for me to jack him because after we went to New York, I got to work. I paid Byron the money I owed the guy. And I was just minding my business. He called my phone. Me and Blab in the kitchen. We in the Magnolia. We just hanging out. We in the kitchen talking about whatever we gonna do for that day. And he beat me. And I called him. What's up? You don't like that? Man, at the time, the Fed got my phone tapped. But I'm like, bro, beat it. But in my mind, I'm like, I might go beat him because I know if he's sending this dope down here to this guy in the Melf, and I just went up there, played fair with him, and then I gave the money, the rest of the money that I owe to this guy. He might trust me and send me that work down, and I can just keep it like that. But we worked a deal for 6 ounces for $22,000. I know right now that's trash. Y'all got that they playing without that now. That stuff there, little or nothing. Back then, a whole brick of that stuff going anywhere from 80 to 100 grand. Ounces back then was about 6,000. Sometime a drought 8,000. So just imagine, and Blabber used to do bag for bag. So just imagine that I gotta keep it 1,000. That Melf was jumping too. That Melf had a nice run. I know not every, but I know St. Thomas had a run. The Callio had a run. The Melfamine had a long run. And the Magnolia had a run. And Magnolia had actually 2 runs because when I was out, me and Blabber, and then when we went to the Fed, when original Hot Boy Dooney come home, they cranked it back up. And they said they must have had it popping more than we had popped. That's when them DVDs come about. But anyway, so they wanted me to send 11 wire. They wanted me to wire Western Union 11,000. Then he was gonna I was going to get other $11,000 to Byron. But I already had in my mind Jack, so I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I want to take it. So they so hungry for sales, they get the bright idea, okay, I guess what they've been doing, Byron, we're going to mail it down to New Orleans. But they drove down, and by the time they got there, then they, all right, I can send it in the mail now. So I don't know all this here. All I know is they made the call, and then Byron hit me, yo, meet us by Winn-Dixie so we could talk. All right. But I already had told my co-defendant, Bryce, that we was going to use his house, going to tie him up. I was going to come and do him later. I was going to whack him. Nah, we ain't use my house for that. So me and Bryce going back and forth with that. But when they went over to Winn-Dixie, that's when the police swarmed in the Fed. They swarmed it on and arrested them. But I don't know. I just see a lot of police lights. So I said, what's going on? Because how my bedroom, the window, I could see Claiborne Avenue, and I could see Winn-Dixie, Payless, Walgreens. I could see all that out my window because they used to have this building. It was called the Hot Ice, the Ice House, but it had hot ice. You know, ice had the little smoke, whatever. So we used to go. We had a hole in the fence. We used to go through the little hole in the fence, and we could go either on the right side was Pizza Hut. They had a beauty supply store. They had a McDonald's, and then they had Popeyes. I heard a lot of that stuff have changed. I know that Popeyes on that corner then, and then the gas station across the street, and over here was the Taco Bell, and then they had the Western Auto, then Winn-Dixie, Bargain Center, Walgreens, Payless. And then across the street was the gas station, and they had the car wash. Yeah, I got that stuff locked in. And then they had the hall, the hall. Y'all with the UCILA hall? I think that's the hall. They had a concert in there one time too. Anyway, so police nabbed them. So we don't know this. I don't know what's going on or what's happening with that. They got them yet. So the next day I'm calling, man, what's up, Peter? So now it started, but man, you know, they got locked up. They went to jail. I'm like, what the fool they went to jail for? I said, well, that dope still coming down here, right? Because Byron hadn't told Bryce that the dope was coming in the mail. But we didn't know that the feds had, by the feds, listen to my conversation, the feds had contact the postal inspectors and have them to go in and intercept that. They found out that the heroin was going to an address in the Melpomene project. And I'm like, man, listen, that post office, mail truck, whatever, pull up in that project, or whoever talking about going to some apartment with a package, I gotta have that. But like I say, I'm on the phone, so I'm talking to, we're on three-way. It's me, Bryce, and Blabber. And I'm like, man, they in jail, man, let's just rob the mailman. Because we know the mailman got the dope. It's already been confirmed that they had to mail that heroin down and that the people had that work, and I need to get that. We all huddled up on Saratoga and Thalia. Right where the Club 49 used to be, and across the street with Club 49, and Bryson's brother Cadillac had that body and fender shop right over there. So we huddled up over there, we talking, and I left. Next day, feds come running down in that nowhere. Locked me up. March 6, 1998. And like I said, I just thought that was like gonna be like the state or whatever. I'll get a bond, be back. I'm my homegirl. They got the landlord out. It was like 5-something, almost like 6-something in the morning. I said, I'll be back, y'all. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I'll be back 23 years, 10 months later. I came back, but man. I said to say this here. Y'all better be careful. You never know who listening on the phones. And I remember Killer Stone told me, because he had went to the feds in 94. He was like, man, you know, you get 10 years for talking. I said, man, I don't believe that. Them people can't just give me no time just for talking on the phone. I didn't know about the conspiracy. But it take two to conspire. So, and that's why they gave me solicitation to commit murder, because when I told Bryce, man, we're going to tie him up and do it, he said, no, we not. No, I ain't doing that. Now, if he'd say, yeah, I'd have got conspiracy, we both would have been charged with conspiracy. But by him saying, no, that ain't going to happen, you can forget about that, that's why they gave me that. But I would just sit back thinking, I was like a lot of people doing the same thing we was doing. Stuff going through the mail, on the phones, talking reckless, not knowing who paying attention, who listening. Y'all got them children out here, y'all got them babies. My youngest child, I got locked up in March. She was born in May, at home. But did good though, graduated, college. One of my daughters, 10 months. And my son, my youngest son, he was 4 months. Yeah, so man, and I was young, but I just be trying to give y'all a little game, man. Y'all love them, y'all love the family, y'all love your girl, your wife, whatever. Y'all out here throwing rocks at the penitentiary because right now, that stuff ain't nothing. Now that stuff not worth nothing. Now, back in the days, even though we was throwing around the penitentiary, but we was eating, we had money. Yeah, we was getting money because, think about it, this man wanted to send me 6 ounces for $22,000. We had just went up there and got 4 ounces from him in New York. Back then, you could step on that stuff 3-4 times and still have a little room, wiggle room. But majority of the stuff, you could take a 2 because so many people in New Orleans, when they want to be dogs and step on it and march, step on it. But that trash they got out there now, man, people wasting their time. Then with that fentanyl that's killing people, it's not worth it no more. But anyway, y'all know my motto. They say no to drugs, stop the violence, put the guns down. Make sure y'all can test for HIV and AIDS because y'all need to know y'all status. We got the non-profit, they need us. The Instagram, they need us. Third War, the movie, Them Boys at War, the reality show, Survival Without Birdman. And I got the merch on the website. What is my merch? What is my website? Civilianapparel.com. Make sure y'all check that out. And one more again, make sure y'all check out on Tubi. Pregnant by the Pastor. Boy, that's a cold one. And they got a part 2 on Tubi. Make sure y'all check them out. The sister did a good job. I like it myself. So make sure y'all check it out. Thank y'all for all love and support. Y'all better be careful out there.